Nigerians, confession has started. Did you know 2 days ago, former President Olusegun Obasanjo came out to tackle Tinubu government on the way they are handling insecurity? Guess what? As usual, they were in a hurry to come out and respond to him to refute the claim, But guess what? In the course of this, they unknowingly, indirectly told the world that indeed their government have deals with these terrorists. Guys, you can't afford not to watch this video to the end. In case today is your first time coming across my video, I want to say big thank you to you for stopping by. This is Holy Ghost on platform, a platform that tell you undiluted truth. Let's take a listen now. God bless you.
But the government have said a lot, and we're just having a conversation. Just over the weekend, former President Olusegun Obasanjo addressed the insecurity in the country and said, "Look, you don't negotiate with terrorists. You stamp them out. You go hard on them." Well, the presidency has responded saying, "Look, insecurity took root during your time." But we know that when Obasanjo was there was the issue of OPC, and we saw how it was handled. It was basically shoot at sight, and a few other issues came up, and he went hard on those that tried to undermine government. How have we fallen to the point where Nigeria now basically calls terrorists to say, "Look, those you kidnapped, release them. Regardless of the fact that you've killed a few people, don't worry. It will not attack you when you release them." Because that's basically what played out the last time. How did we get here? That's the question. How did we get here where we are currently?
We got here because of compromises. We got here because of selfish interests. We got here because you had an agreement that will consume you, and you never knew when you were doing all this. We got here because you don't have the political will to do the needful. Yes, you got here because you don't know what is governance. You don't. Seriously, you don't.
Is it okay to say that one who took years to prep for a position has been overwhelmed? Is that something else within the governance space of Nigeria that makes everybody there appear like they are clueless? When Jonathan was there, Nigerians and then the politicians also said, "Oh, he was clueless. He didn't know how to handle the situation." Buhari came and Nigerians thought, "Oh yes, he was close to the people and he will be able to, reduce insurgency." But there was no reduction. And now somebody else. Is that something within that space that is making it difficult for anybody to do the needful, to act?
Now, let us be specific here. The Obasanjo regime did a lot in terms of curbing insecurity. He did a lot. Remember that it was what he did in Odi and Zakibiam that cost him the UN Secretary Generalship when Wole Soyinka was using it to campaign against him. Remember? That means the man was very decisive on insecurity. Some rascals killed 7 police officers and butchered him and was making a show of the man on the internet and all that. Obasanjo said, "Look, get me these people who killed these policemen. Get me these people." He gave them time. They couldn't. That was why he now moved in police and army. Is that not how you're supposed to treat a matter? Yes. But here now, just supposing with APC, they have been pampering these people from Buhari to Tinubu, pampering them. Pampering them. It is obvious, it is clear. And then you have some government supporters who are preaching and talking on behalf of the bandits as if we owe them a favor. The man that said that we should pay bandits, we should listen to what they are saying, or else there will be no peace in Nigeria.
So when you say they are pampering them, is it that they are more to this that we know already or that we need to know? Because when you say they are pampering them, we've seen some people come up to say that whatever thing they are fighting for is more like a just cause and all that. So help us actually work around this. Why should we pamper bandits or terrorists at this
the
point?
man that said that they are fighting, he would have told us the cause. Please, they should have told us, like Gumi has been talking all over the place, not even now. Under Buhari, this man was very strong in protecting and defending the bandits and terrorists. That we owe them a favor, that they are fighting. You know, all those things he said. Somebody should have called him and said, come. What does Nigerian state owe these people?
Now, if you think he's not fighting a good cause, Barrister, why is it that he's still there? Because he's still moving around.
I just told you here, yes, I just told you here that the reason why this thing has first started is because the government doesn't have the willingness to do the needful. Because if they have, somebody like Gumi should not be walking around.
When you say the willingness, is it that they have something against the government that they are holding on that is making the government not really to come out to act?
It looks like, from the way things are, because I don't see any government. Like I told you before, after God, it is government. When it comes to coercive power, nobody can challenge God and nobody can challenge the government. So when you know you have this power, why are you not using it?
There is a certain Nigerian made a revelation, on television, national television, saying something about how some people are trying to make some part of Nigeria, Niger Republic, Chad, the headquarters of the World Terror Organization. And that is the reason we're having the issue of insecurity bedevil some part of Africa. Do you think that maybe the foreign entities or the people sponsoring the issue of terrorism and banditry at this point is what is making Nigerian government not really to be able to act swiftly the way they should?
I don't think so. I don't think that anybody, any neighboring states in the Sahel have the capacity to sponsor terrorism in Nigeria if the Nigerian state does not allow it. I mean, Nigerian state, as big as Nigeria is, you tell Niger, if any of these people cross into Nigeria, we are going to invade you. Right. You tell Chad, something I know that Donald Trump will do. So, for them to be using this as an excuse, they are the one that allowed it.
All right, Barrister, we'll talk a bit about Donald Trump, and before we go to the virtual guest. But let me ask you this question. But first of all, let's correct one thing. You said Obasanjo lost UN Secretary Generalship because of what happened.
Yeah, that was the campaign.
No, but Barrister, at that point, he hadn't even become head of state. That was in 1991. The UN thing that Boutros Ghali won against him was in 1991. He hadn't become Nigeria's head of state.
Saying. This didn't happen when he was in office. Then when he wanted...
No, he wasn't in office then. Barrister, now the question is, it was under Obasanjo, that we had Boko Haram. It was under his watch too that Yusuf, the head of Boko Haram, was killed. And he treated it with levity, so to say. A lot of people are asking, and I want to ask you, does it look like Obasanjo didn't have accurate intelligence, to have told him ahead that, look, if you don't stop this problem this time, it might fester. And that's essentially what happened, that we have this insecurity. So is the government wrong in putting the beginning of insecurity at his doorstep? And how much responsibility should he take for allowing that happen at that time?
Please, it was under Obasanjo that Odi and Zaki Bian happened. Two of us.
Okay.
Is that not
beautiful? Yes.
Good. And I'm telling you that when he was about to finish, he wanted to go for UN Secretary Generalship. That was what happened now. At that point, Wole Soyinka now campaigned against him because of Zaki Biam and Odi. And you are telling me he was not in office. I don't get it. I know my history now. So Obasanjo did well. That thing he did, sent a message. He sent a message to them. And that was why this thing was not like this under his regime. It wasn't. Obasanjo wouldn't have tolerated it seriously. He wouldn't. I'm not joking. Can you compare Obasanjo with what Buhari did in office? Because in fact, it was Buhari that now laid the foundation for what we are seeing today. Because of all he did in office. It got so bad that some elder statesmen in Nigeria had to sue Buhari to court for being the arrowhead of insecurity. Is that not a fact? So he laid the foundation of what is going on today. By his body language, by his action, utterances, and everything. The way he was trying to pamper these people, giving them all the privileges that they don't deserve. He was the one.
Okay.
So, and we are talking that when Tinubu comes into office, he will correct all these things. But look at where we are now.
Okay, when he comes into office, you correct all these things.
Yes.
That is that we see a surge, you know, in attacks. In Kogi Church, you know, pastor and his wife abducted, more like what happened to Venerable Archie. In Kano, over the weekend, in 2 other states, we saw fresh attacks. Does it look like these people are planning to draw in Donald Trump, or is it that they are trying to make the country ungovernable, you know, to oust Bola Ahmed Tinubu, exactly more like what happened in 2015? Are we seeing a replay of the 2015 incident?
Do you know one thing about these terrorists and bandits? They have a way of embarrassing their sponsors. Seriously. Why their sponsors and their supporters are trying to give them a soft landing that this is not like that, it's not about Christians. So they are doing the opposite of what their sponsors are defending. Was it not here that Donald Trump said something about Christian genocide? And now the very thing that government is trying to do is what these guys are doing. Can't you see it? Since the last 3 weeks, please, who have been bearing the brunt of this thing? Christian churches, Christians, Reverend Father, their family.
Okay, some would say there's been an increase in that to further annoy America, maybe make America come in.
But what is the government doing?
What is the government doing? That's the big question.
That is it. Exactly. That's what is the government doing? Because when we said it, they doubted us. They called us names, say we are trying to hit up the polity. There's nothing like that. But the guys they are trying to defend are not doing the real thing that we are talking about.
Well, it's not just about the government. Some can, and also some religious leaders also said there was nothing like.
Please don't talk about those people that have been compromised. Okay, just like Father Kuka. He's a member of one of their boards. So what are you saying? It means when somebody like that talk, you now believe him.
Okay.
There are those who have sold out. There's no doubt about it. They have sold out. I ask again, how many of the Muslim clerics and mosques and all that have been taken away like they have been taking Christians in the last 3 weeks? Do you know how many of them are in captivity now? Like that of Niger. They only returned 38 out of them. Is that not true? And it's on record that 260 are still out there. 260 human beings, and all of them Christians. How do you justify that? How?
More abductions. Barrister, thank you very much for your thoughts. Now, let's go to Chief Dr. Emmanuel Urayanama, who joins us from Port Harcourt. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Nigerians.
Good to have you. Good to have you on the show. Now, from one abduction to a negotiation and release, and then another abduction, as what we are seeing. What are your thoughts on this increase in insecurity in the country with kidnappings going on? The other day it was a husband and wife